Uncle Fred had always been a bit eccentric, but when he insisted that no one should ever open his old garage, his family couldn't help but wonder what he was hiding inside. It wasn't until years after his passing that curiosity got the better of them, and they decided to break the seal. As the creaky garage door rolled up, their eyes widened in shock at the unbelievable sight before them. What they found inside left them questioning everything they thought they knew about Uncle Fred. But before we start, smash the like button and make sure to subscribe if you haven't, and hit that notification bell so that you won't miss any new stories. Uncle Fred was one of those uncles you always wanted to have over for dinner and parties. He always knew how to get the party started and how to keep the party going. It was clear that he loved life, but life didn't love him back as much. At the young age of 49, he was diagnosed with a rare form of cancer and given only a few years to live. His life changed in an instant, but he did his best to hide his pain. His friends and family urged him to get treated, or at least get medication to extend his life's expectancy, but he refused. In the months after his diagnosis, his friends and family barely saw him, as he was always doing something at home. One morning, Kylie decided she hadn't seen her uncle in way too long and dropped by his house before school. It was on her way anyway, so she wouldn't even have to tell her mother about it. She didn't know why, but her heart was beating in her chest as she walked up his driveway. What if he had already passed away and was lying somewhere in his house? Luckily, as soon as she rang the doorbell, she heard sounds coming from his garage. She slowly walked over to the garage door and bent down to open it, but froze when she heard someone yelling at her. "Stop! Get away!" her uncle yelled as he ran up from behind her. "What are you doing here, Kyles? Aren't you supposed to be in school?" Kylie was happy to see her uncle but was confused as to why she couldn't open the garage door. She opened her mouth to ask him, but he interrupted her. "Don't even ask about it," he said. "Just never go into the garage. None of you guys actually, so be sure to tell your parents and Uncle Jack as well." Kylie sheepishly closed her mouth again and shrugged her shoulders. She chatted with her uncle for a while until she was already late for school. When she realized what time it was, she hastily said goodbye, hugged her uncle, and ran the rest of the way. Little did she know that was the last time she ever got to hug her uncle. A few days later, Kylie's parents sat her down and told her about her uncle's passing. She was devastated, just like the rest of her family. They knew it was inevitable, but it was still very painful to lose someone you loved so much. They arranged his funeral and said their goodbyes, but there was something Kylie couldn't stop thinking about. She had told her parents about the mysterious garage the day she went to her uncle, and they hadn't spoken about it since. But now that her uncle had passed away, it kept popping up in her mind. At some point, the garage had to be opened up, and she sure wanted to be present for that moment. So she decided to bring it up again. It was now a week after her uncle had passed away, and Kylie finally felt like it was the right time to bring up the garage. A few years later, when Kylie was about 17, she decided to bike past her late uncle's house. Memories flooded her mind as she walked up his driveway and peeked through the windows. But as she looked into his old living room, she realized nothing had changed. After 2 years, her mother and Uncle Jack hadn't even begun taking out all of his stuff. She confronted her mother about this, who was a little ashamed. Her cheeks turned red as she told her daughter she was right. They decided to get to work this upcoming weekend and arranged with Uncle Jack to be there too. That Saturday, they met up at Uncle Fred's house. Kylie immediately walked to the garage door, but her mother stopped her. "Wait," she said, "he told us not to—" Kylie frowned. Was her mother serious? "What do you mean? The garage has to be emptied at some point, right?" But her mother held her ground, so they began cleaning out the living room. Only Kylie's mind kept thinking about the garage. Visits to Uncle Fred's house were filled with a lingering sense of mystery. Whispers about the sealed garage flowed through family gatherings like an unsung lullaby from the past. Over dinner, Uncle Jack broached the topic of selling the house. The money, he suggested, could be donated to the local hospital or another charitable cause close to Uncle Fred's heart. The idea resonated with many. After all, it was a way to honor Fred's memory. But for Kylie, The house's sale would mean the permanent sealing of the garage's mystery, a chapter of her family's history she was desperate to unveil. Every time she brought up the topic, it was met with deflections or a swift change of subject, further fueling her curiosity. Drifted to her ears, it became evident that there was a silent commitment, a vow made to Uncle Fred that prevented them from revealing the garage's contents. Determined, Kylie decided that she would uncover the mystery herself, whatever it took. It wasn't just a room anymore, but a monument to secrecy, holding on to something precious. Kylie wrestled with her emotions. Every unspoken word only added fuel to Kylie's burning need to uncover the truth. She began to sketch out plans, research potential ways to get inside without causing damage, and even pondered seeking outside help. With every passing day, the allure of the garage grew stronger. One afternoon, Kylie sat with Anna at their favorite cafe, pouring out her frustrations. Anna, a whiz with anything tech-related, leaned in, her eyes gleaming with intrigue. "You know, there might be a way to get inside without breaking anything," she whispered, sipping her latte. Kylie's eyes widened, hope rekindled. Could Anna be the key? Anna's room resembled a futuristic workshop filled with gadgets, wires, and screens. She spread out blueprints of typical garage lock systems on her desk, explaining the potential weak points. From tiny cameras to silent alarm disablers, Anna had a plethora of devices at her disposal. "We need to be smart, stealthy, and swift," she declared, pointing out their planned points of entry and exit on the blueprint. The duo decided that the perfect time to embark on their mission would be during a waning crescent moon, providing just enough light without risk of being too visible. The evening arrived faster than either had anticipated. They both knew the potential consequences of their actions, but felt the pull of the unknown too strongly to resist. Anna initiated her devices, ensuring their path was clear. With a deep breath, Kylie reached out, ready to face whatever lay beyond. The creak of the door sounded like an ancient tome being opened after centuries. As it swung inwards, the dim light revealed an astonishing world, a veritable Aladdin's cave of creativity. Both Kylie and Anna stood at the threshold, their mouths agape, mesmerized by the spectacle before them. Moving deeper into the garage, tables laden with intricate toys stretched as far as the eye could see. Hand-carved wooden horses with jeweled saddles, delicate porcelain dolls dressed in silk, and wind-up tin soldiers marching in formation. Each piece was crafted with meticulous detail and care. Amongst the multitude of wonders, a miniature train track, complete with detailed stations and tiny landscapes, snaked its way around the room. It wasn't just a toy, it was a narrative, capturing the essence of adventure and the joy of exploration. Hidden beneath a stack of carved wooden birds, Kylie stumbled upon a box filled with sealed envelopes. Each bore the address of children from various parts of the nation. Within them are heartfelt letters, expressing wishes of wellness and speedy recoveries. There were no signatures, just anonymous blessings. A quiet realization dawned upon Kylie. The garage was more than just a workshop. It was a sanctuary of hope. Uncle Fred's legacy wasn't merely about craftsmanship, but about the immense heart behind each creation. Overwhelmed, Kylie and Anna embraced, understanding that they had uncovered a tale not just of artistry, but of boundless generosity. Amidst the wonders of the garage, a worn, leather-bound journal beckoned Kylie from a dusty shelf. The cursive handwriting unmistakably belonged to Uncle Fred. The diary was a testament to his innermost thoughts and feelings, a raw reflection that Kylie felt privileged to uncover. The earliest entries echoed with pain and uncertainty. After a devastating diagnosis, Uncle Fred had turned to the sanctuary of his garage, immersing himself in the world of toy making. Each carved figure and painted face wasn't just an artistic endeavor, it was a therapeutic outlet. Through crafting, he channeled his fears and vulnerabilities, creating beauty from despair. With tear-filled eyes, Kylie realized that in the heart of the garage lay not just toys, but a legacy of hope that would endure. With the weight of Uncle Fred's diary in her hand, Kylie mustered the courage to face her family. As they gathered in the living room, the air grew thick with anticipation. As Kylie shared the tales of the garage and read aloud from the journal, the room was awash with emotion. Uncle Jack wiped away a tear, remembering the countless nights he'd seen Fred sneaking into the garage. Kylie's mother clutched a handkerchief, grieving not just the loss of her brother, but the years of misunderstanding. Through the sadness, stories of Fred's quiet generosity began to paint a fuller picture. Amidst the shared sorrow, a collective realization dawned. Uncle Fred's clandestine acts of love deserved recognition. News of Uncle Fred's workshop and the treasures within spread like wildfire throughout the town. Inspired by the tales of his silent acts of kindness, residents young and old felt a pull to be part of this noble endeavor. Meetings were organized, volunteers enlisted, and soon the once lonely garage brimmed with eager hands and hearts, all united with a single purpose. Tools clinked, laughter echoed, and wood shavings floated in the air as the garage became a hive of activity. Under the guidance of seasoned artisans, novices learned the art of toy making. With every crafted piece, the mission became clearer: to bring joy to hospitalized children. Toys of all shapes and sizes, trains, dolls, puzzles, took form, each bearing the essence of love and hope. As the crafted toys began their journey to children's hospitals, stories started flowing back to the town, tales of wide-eyed wonder, of children clutching their toys, their spirits uplifted. Each account served as a testament to the power of kindness and community. As these stories circulated, they reinforced the town's commitment, igniting a flame of generosity that showed no sign of diminishing. The transformation was undeniable. With every toy that left the workshop, a part of Uncle Fred journeyed with it. What was once a humble garage, shrouded in mystery, had transformed into a realm of magic. Every inch told a story of hope, of dreams realized, and of love shared.